The time is now 9:30. Call the May 12th, 2026 meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Asking for public comment on agenda items. Does anyone have any comments on any of the listed agenda items other than development or rezoning? Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of the minutes from our April 28th and May 1st meetings.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes.
And seconded.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 5, approval of the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
I will call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 6, public hearings on a request for a change in zoning classification. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Good morning. Yes, at the initiative of Mill Creek Township, the property is located at 4850 Westlake Road and 4900 Westlake Road, consisting of approximately 0.3369 acres and 0.5351 acres respectively, are proposed to be rezoned from R1 single-family residential to MU1 neighborhood mixed use. And those are Mill Creek Index numbers 143001 and 141011. At their regular meeting of Tuesday, April 7th, 2026, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this rezoning request.
Are we allowed to look at these with the next two all in a block?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Okay, would you like, I'll read the other two then.
Yes, go ahead.
I do think we'd need to vote on each of them separately, though, I would believe, or
Well, I think that they're both for a change in zoning. I think they can both be voted on at the same time. It's just one came from the impetus of the township and one came from the request of the property owner. So in effect, they're ultimately the same request and they can be grouped together as one.
okay. So then the next request, which was tabled at the March 10th, 2026 meeting, is from JMG2 Investments Property LLC for property located at 4855 Westlake Road, consisting of approximately 0.4348 acres, now zoned R1 single-family residential, asking for the property to be classified as MU1 neighborhood mixed use. That's Mill Creek Index number 143002. And the third request was from Ann D. Haller for property located at 4845 Westlake Road, consisting of approximately 0.5032 acres, now zoned R1 single-family residential, asking for the property to be classified as MU1 neighborhood mixed use. That is Mill Creek Index number 143019. At their regular meeting of Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of both of these rezoning requests. As was mentioned, these were tabled in order to look at the properties to the north, the first set that I talked about, so that this could potentially be all rezoned to MU1 as a node rather than potential spot zoning of just the southern parcels. So all 4 of these parcels are now proposed to be MU1, creating a node at that corner, and it's the recommendation of the Planning and Development Department to approve that all of 3 rezonings.
Were there any residents at the Planning Commission meetings that spoke either for or against this?
The representatives of the properties did speak for it. Obviously, we did have at the February Planning Commission meeting one resident that was immediately south of the property at 4855. Well, actually, his property extends behind both 4855 and 4845, who was concerned about the rezoning because of his adjacency to the parcels.
Okay.
And I would add for the supervisor's perspective, decisions on rezoning are merely legislative matters. It is within the full discretion of the Board of Supervisors to grant or deny rezoning changes, and it is a matter which, once a decision is made, it is not challengeable in court. So truly is fully within your discretion as a legislative matter.
Okay, we'll open up the public hearing now. Does anyone here wish to speak on any of these zoning change requests for any of the aforementioned properties? Okay. Hearing none, I will close the hearing and ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the change in all of these properties to MU1.
Do I have a
And-
second?
Yes, and I will second.
Okay, I'll call for a vote on this. Supervisor Clear,
Yes.
Supervisor Morris,
Yes.
and Supervisor Bach votes yes.
Just a note on this, because of the nature of the process, we'll then proceed to draft an ordinance that adopts this zoning change, so that'll be published and then passed, hopefully at the next meeting.
Okay, moving on to number 7, we have some new and amended ordinances under review. Attorney Shaw.
I think we have do we have any other, those are all three there, okay. In terms of new and amended ordinances under review, we're still trying to finalize the subdivision and land development ordinance. In addition, we are continuing to work on the right-of-way ordinance with the Public Works, Planning and Development and Engineering Department to update the township's ordinances with respect to the management of its rights-of-way. The ordinance is intended to clearly define what's viewed as an obstruction in the right-of-way and how those are to be managed within the township right-of-ways. It covers various permit requirements, insurance requirements, and fees. We'll also address private roads, which have occasionally come up due to poor maintenance of such roads, preventing emergency vehicles from traveling on them. So those are the two that we are currently working on.
Number 8, Resolution 2026 R11. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you was Resolution 2026 R11 relating to records disposition. It is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The police department records to be disposed of include MVR BWC footage that includes test recordings through March 26 of 2026, traffic stops through February 24 of 2026, incident only in special circumstances through May 25 of 2024, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown types through May 25 of 2006. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the disposal of the records.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear,
Yes.
Supervisor Morris,
Yes.
vote yes. Resolution 2026 R12 for street lighting. Melanie, did you want to handle that, or I can if it's, I think this is pretty much an annual. This is a resolution to assess the cost of street lighting upon various properties abutting on streets and various subdivisions within the township of Mill Creek pursuant to Section 2002 of the Second-Class Township Code. And imposition of street lighting assessments is governed by the Mill Creek Township Ordinance number 2013-2. Requires the Board of Supervisors, upon receipt each year of substantiation by the electric utility of the cost of street lighting, calculate and adopt by resolution the amount of the annual street lighting assessment to be imposed upon properties benefited thereby in accordance with the provision of such ordinance. All such assessments shall be deemed effective June 1st, 2026. And okay, here we have the calculation. Township is, Penelec is converting to LED. For those that don't know, they're going to be beginning the process sometime this year. They are replacing any burned out streetlights currently with LED, but they have not begun the overall conversion yet. And it looks like the principal balance is $909,237.23, with 8,146 active accounts and a total of 336 contracts. Any questions or comments on the on this resolution for the annual streetlight assessment? Okay, is there a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Resolution 2026 R13, Bridge Reimbursement Grant Agreement. Director Waldinger.
Yes, thank you. The Erie Metropolitan Planning Organization and PennDOT have provided funds to preserve several locally owned bridges, and the township has been contacted to sign agreements to authorize this work on two of our locally owned bridges, the Gary's Road Bridge and the Zimmerly Road Bridge, both over Walnut Creek. This project will be paid for utilizing $1.34 million in federal funds, and there is no local match. PennDOT requires signatures be done in their electronic system and are requiring that the board pass a resolution authorizing designees to sign the agreements. Township users with access to the necessary PennDOT system are engineer Rob Rodemoyer and solicitor Mark Shaw. This resolution authorizes the township engineer and/or the township solicitor to execute the agreements in PennDOT's system. I recommend passage of this resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 11 on our agenda, Resolution 2026 R14, the Safe Streets and Roads for All program. Jessica, would you like to? Thank you.
Good morning, Supervisors. Mill Creek Township has the opportunity to apply for a federal grant from U.S. Department of Transportation called Safe Streets for All to create a safety action plan to improve the safety of all roadways throughout the township. The resolution before you is twofold. It seeks to give me the permission to make the application, but it also seeks to set a goal that the Mill Creek streets will be safe and accessible for all who live, work, and visit here, no matter their mode of transportation, and to set a goal of 0 roadway fatalities by 2036. Mill Creek has approximately 1 to 2 fatalities each year on their roadways. In 2024 alone, however, you had 5 fatalities on your roadways. So we are in an upward trend, and we want to actually approach this in a systematic way by creating an action plan to improve that roadway safety. If awarded, a safety action plan for the township would include 7 components, and first is a commitment of leadership to set these goals for your community. So that's the first thing that I'm asking for today. The plan would create, would form a committee. It would do a safety analysis. It would include public engagement and collaboration, and then it would look at policy and process changes and set projects and strategies for the township, and then those strategies would be measured and transparent to see where we were moving forward on those strategies. The total grant pot available is $1 billion. This is the 5th year of this federal grant. It will require renewal by Congress to continue, so I think this is the prime opportunity for us to go for those funds to create the action plan. The action plan will cost approximately $250,000. I have I've reached out to 3 consultants to get a price point on where we would be at in Mill Creek Township, and right now that's what we're estimating. The grant would pay for $200,000. We would apply for $200,000. The township's obligation would be 20%, which would be $50,000, and we would seek to budget that in a 2027 budget. This grant provides a great opportunity for the township in that after you complete the safety action plan, you can reapply in the next year or the year after your completion of your plan for implementation dollars. Those implementation dollars come anywhere from, a low, I don't know, 100,000 or something, up to 25 million. In the last funding round, 2025, the city of Erie applied for implementation because they completed their plan in a 2022 funding round, and they applied for the implementation funds and received $20 million from the federal government to implement those strategies. So the strategies that they're talking about to improve roadway safety are best practices. They are data-driven, so things like speed management, things like lighting, intersection improvements, roadway design improvements, things like that will come out of the safety action plan to implement. I've been diving into the data. We, like I said, we had five fatalities in 2024 over the period that this grant is looking at. From 2019 through 2024, there were 12 fatalities on roadways in Mill Creek. When I'm working closely with our GIS department, Matt has been very helpful. And when you map that, you can see where your high injury networks are. That would obviously be the focus, to look at those roadways that have the most fatalities and serious injuries. You have obviously 12th Street. 12th Street is a big one. There were around 3 fatalities on 12th Street in Mill Creek. And of course, that is a big thoroughfare with a lot of dangerous intersections. So the idea would be to really put a plan in place to fix those unsafe areas and improve your roadway network for all your road users. This requires collaboration. I have spoken with our friends at PennDOT, both at the local District 1 and at Central Office and the MPO. Matt from Planning and I talked about doing this because this would be a great opportunity to plan and improve the area, and also coordination with the city, because they have done an action plan and they have implementation plans. We would look to see where their roadways are shared with us, 12th Street, 26th Street, those roads, 6th Street, 8th Street, that they may be doing some treatment on, that we would have some uniformity in the treatment to improve the road experience for all roadway users. So, any questions? I've been researching and mapping and all kinds of stuff, so this is a good project, I think, for the township.
Thank you.
In terms of the township's financial commitment, does the board need to approve that commitment today, or is that to be in the future?
I would think in the future. At this point, we're just applying.
Yes.
We're just applying for the grant funds.
Yeah, I just didn't know whether the application requires some sort of financial commitment now. Some of them do, so I was just asking.
The application requires you to commit that you will put in at least 20%. And their timeline is 6 to 12 months out before award, so that's a 2027 budget expenditure.
Okay, then I would think that we would need to present a motion to apply for this action plan grant in the amount of $250,000, or sorry, in the amount of $200,000 for a $50,000 commitment from the township of Mill Creek.
In combination with approving resolution 2026 R14.
Right.
Yes.
And this would be under the planning director, correct? Yeah.
Yes, once I get the money, then Matt can take over.
I was going to say, and this year, we have already budgeted about 30,000, correct? And is that normally kind of around the budget that the planning gets each year for matches on these types of grants?
I typically will put in my budget the match required for grants that I know that I'm trying to apply for. So this year we do have 30,000 that's being applied towards a Walkworks grant, and then this could be budgeted for next year, to include the match for this grant.
Okay.
Correct.
And would this be the primary grant that you'd be going for in your department, or were there other ones that, as well, that, you expect to apply for?
Yeah, I would have to speak with Jessica. This would be at least the main project. This would be pretty, it would be a considerable lift, to work with the consultant to do this. But there may be other grants out there that are available, so yeah, we'd still continue to pursue those.
Okay.
Good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we need to make a motion to approve? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the grant application.
And seconded.
Okay, Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 12, bids and quotes. Chief Mook?
Thank you, Chairman. The police department uses a special incident command vehicle to respond to police critical incidents. A computer is needed for this vehicle for the effective response to such calls for service. It will be used to query police databases for intelligence and other general informational needs. Velocity Network is a CoStar's vendor, and they provided a quote for $3,995.21 for a Dell desktop computer, monitor, and cables. This request is being made retroactively. We took advantage on April 23rd of a price reduction to accommodate this purchase. A previous quote had been provided for this equipment in excess of $4,800. This purchase will be made against the technology section of the capital budget. Go ahead and read the other two.
Go ahead.
Okay. Next, in 2025, we purchased new patrol rifles to replace an aged inventory. The lights and slings on the old rifles are also just as old and should be replaced. In addition, the old lights and slings do not transfer easily to the new rifles. 3 quotes were obtained for this need. Uniform Outfitters of Erie quoted $6,338 for 20 slings and lights. Whitmer Public Safety Group of Coatesville, PA quoted $5,222.89. And Mission Arms of Southern Pines, North Carolina quoted $4,919. I recommend this purchase from Mission Arms and money to be used from the ammunition budget. And last, the police department does need to replenish ammunition, and we also need miscellaneous supplies. The Whitmer Public Safety Group, a CoStar's vendor, has provided a quote for these items. I'm seeking approval to purchase ammunition for department-issued 9mm pistols, 223 caliber rifles, 12-gauge shotguns, OC and CS combined tactical systems, beanbag rounds, flashbang rounds, pepperball projectiles, and training munitions. The purchase total is $33,761.82, again, taken from the ammunition budget.
Is there a motion to approve these 3 requests?
I'll make a motion to approve the 3 requests.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Next, in our bids and quotes, 2026 CDBG Blackstone Drive Sidewalk Project, bid results and award. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, this is for the 2026 Community Development Block Grant Project. This would be for sidewalks along Blackstone Drive. The engineering department did put out a request for bids, and they received several bids. The bids were as follows. Empire Snow Management, a total bid of $175,608. Amendola Construction, a total of $199,100. And Lindy Construction, a total of $222,222. It is the recommendation of the Township Engineering Department that Empire be awarded the bid for the Community Development Block Grant sidewalks for the total contract price of $175,608.
Any questions or comments?
No, I'll make a motion to approve the contract with Empire Snow Management.
And seconded.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay. Number 13, Stormwater Management Plan and Maintenance Agreement. First one's West 16th Street. Director Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, this is a stormwater management plan and agreement for the land development plan for 2707 West 16th Street. The developers are Matthew and Bridget Nemec. Their plan was reviewed by both the township and our third-party reviewing engineers, Greenman Peterson Incorporated, for consistency with the stormwater ordinance. It was determined that their post-construction stormwater management plan complies with the substantive requirements of the ordinance. They have also submitted a stormwater management maintenance agreement on the township-approved forms, and so would recommend that recommend that the board both accept the plan and approve the agreement for this development.
Okay, do I hear a motion on the stormwater management plan and accompanying agreement?
I'll make a motion to approve the stormwater agreement.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. 4444 Stertania Road, Mill Creek Community Church.
Thank you. Similarly, this is a stormwater management plan and stormwater management maintenance agreement for the Mill Creek Community Church Land Development Plan. The developer is Mill Creek Community Church. It has been reviewed by the township and GPI for consistency and does meet the substantive requirements of the ordinance. Additionally, they have submitted a stormwater maintenance agreement on the township required forms, and so at this time would recommend acceptance of the Mill Creek Community Church Stormwater Management Plan and approval of their stormwater management maintenance agreement.
Okay, do I hear a motion on this management plan and agreement?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 14 on our agenda, stormwater management operation and maintenance agreements. First one is 1426 Powell Avenue.
Thank you. Yes, this is a stormwater management operation and maintenance agreement. It's, the development is required to do stormwater management, but not to the extent that the previous two developments under consideration were. So this was for home at 1426 Powell Avenue. Would you like me to do them separately, or the agenda request was together?
Yeah, do them separately.
Okay, yep. So the first one is for a home at 1426 Powell Avenue. They have submitted the stormwater operation and maintenance agreement on the required forms, so would recommend approval of this agreement.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. 5890 Forest Crossing.
Yes. Similarly, this is also an O&M agreement for a new home being built at 5890 Forest Crossing. They have submitted the agreement on the township required forms, and so would recommend approval of this agreement as well.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve this agreement?
Make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 15, sidewalk deferral request. Looks like we have two separate ones.
Yes. The first one is for the land development plan at 2707 West 16th Street. Developers are Matthew and Bridget Nemec. They are proposing to defer sidewalk construction for a warehouse being built in the I-2 heavy industrial district.
Okay, any questions or comments on this request?
I did see, when I was looking at the map there, that it looks like there's a sidewalk, not necessarily in the right-of-way, but maybe one that goes on the property of the building, two buildings down.
Is it a lead walk heading to their building?
It looks like it's behind their parking area.
Sorry, I don't have a map in front of me.
That's okay.
Oh, okay, that's a separate map you have up from Connect Explorer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was guessing.
Where's the property that you're, oh, I see, to the west there,
No.
between the parking lot and the building?
Yes.
Yes, it does appear that they do have a walk back there, but there is none on the properties on either side of 2707.
Okay, and that's not the typical sidewalk that if someone developed there, that they would have to
Correct?
have?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Is there a motion to approve this, the first deferral request?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
No.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 160 Young Road.
Yes, this is for a single-family home being built at 160 Young Road. Developers are Jacob and Alicia Kaufman. There are no sidewalks along Young Road in that area, and
Bless you.
they're requesting a sidewalk deferral.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this sidewalk deferral request?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, and I will second. I will call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
I vote no.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes.
feel maybe I should explain my vote.
Oh, if you would like to, go ahead.
I have been voting no to sidewalk deferrals for a few years now. I believe that sidewalks provide more safety and improve health and bring more economic value to our township. And I think that with every new parcel that has come up, every development that has come up, if those would have been added together over the last 20 years, we would have had maybe more walkability through the township. So it just is something that I believe we should be having throughout all of Mill Creek, sidewalks. I grew up in the city of Erie, and we had sidewalks. So anyway, I just wanted to give the reason for my no vote.
Okay,
It's a principle at this point.
very good.
Okay.
So noted for the record. Number 16, Mill Creek Township General Authority appointment.
Thank you.
Director Waldinger.
Yes, the township received a letter of interest from Brian Gorman, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Waldemere and Waterworld, to serve on the board of the Mill Creek Township General Authority. Mr. Gorman and his family have invested heavily in their Mill Creek Township business for generations. His business knowledge and leadership skills, combined with his experience managing large-scale construction projects, will prove valuable to the authority. I recommend that the board appoint Mr. Gorman to the open position on the Mill Creek Township General Authority with a term to expire on December 31st, 2030.
And I was just going to note, I did call and speak with Mr. Gorman as well. Just, I haven't met him in the past, and just kind of followed up and asked a couple questions about this. I know that stormwater is one of the things that the general authority may and could possibly end up taking on in the future, and said he has a good amount of familiarity with that as well, and seems like a good fit.
Yeah.
And I will make a motion to approve.
And I will second that motion. And Mr. Chairman, if I could, I've gotten to know Mr. Gorman over the last 5-6 years, and he continually puts the community ahead of all other interests. And I have witnessed that time and time again, and I've seen him serve on other boards, and he's a great asset to this community, Erie County as a whole, and we're lucky to have him in Mill Creek Township and to have Waldemere here as well.
For sure. Sounds good. Okay, is there a motion?
And with, oh yeah, I guess we got the
Second.
motion. I think I seconded,
Second?
yes.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And it's unanimous. I vote yes. Congratulations, Brian. Number 17, 2026 MGLC Premier Turf Agreement. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is an agreement between the township and Premier Turf Farms, which is the entity the township has been using, frankly, since its reinception of the Mill Creek Golf and Learning Center, to help maintain the fairways and the greens and the grounds at the Golf and Learning Center. They've done a great job for us. We've been very happy with them. And the agreement is for $13,800 for the season, which I believe is the same as last year. So He'll be performing the same duties and scope that he has done in previous years. So the recommendation would be for the supervisors to approve this agreement.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the agreement with Premier Turf?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Okay, I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 18 is a site access agreement, 5571 Henderson Road. Chief Cliff, you want to handle that, or Attorney Shaw can? Okay.
Yes, this is a site access agreement between the Township, Kearsarge Fire Department, and the owners of property located at 5571 Henderson Road. The owners, Thomas and Danielle Spiegel, are looking to demolish the structure located at that property and have offered the structures on the property to the fire department for live training exercises. These live training exercises do not include a controlled burn of any structure on the property. The agreement authorizes site access for a period of 4 weeks from the execution and delivery of this agreement, and the recommendation would be to approve this agreement. This was offered to the other volunteer fire departments as well, and only Kearsarge was the only one that was agreed to participate.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve.
And seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 19, communications, general communications. First up is a community planner request. Supervisor Morris?
Yeah, Presque Isle Neighborhood Network is putting in an application for a Renaissance Block Grant. As part of that grant, they need a commitment letter from Mill Creek Township to say that we support the work that they are trying to do and will provide the match for the community planner position, which this position does the planning work through Director Waldinger's department with the emphasis on the community. I did find it was budgeted for in 2026 for the entire year, and I don't know if we need a vote to approve the letter to support. And also, Mr. Waldinger, if you would be able to just, maybe tell us a little bit more about a community planner.
Yes, so this would be a position that would be in my department that would work with, as you mentioned, any community groups that we have, as well as more outreach to the public. That's one area where I feel like we really could see some improvement. I would love to be out, in the public talking to people more and getting their input. It's just very hard, and so that's what this position would primarily be for, as well as support for all of the other initiatives and plans that we are working on.
And just thinking now, too, would this person be involved in the new community center, too?
They may be. I know that Director Esper is working on a plan for that, and, would be another hand to assist with any of those projects that we have.
And this grant would provide for 50% of funding for this position.
I have a couple questions. So I see this letter here to Dr. Wood from you.
Yes, that's who approves the Renaissance
Yeah, it
Block Grant.
references because nobody's mentioned, I don't believe, the dollar amount yet, but it says in here that the township is committed to providing a $100,000 cash match.
That is over a 2-year period.
Okay, so are we to assume it's $50,000 for 2027 and then 2028? And after that, what happens? Or, again, I'm looking for a timetable and the amount of money being committed by the township for each fiscal year, and then what happens after that?
I could speak. It was added to the budget for this year, so I
For
would assume for
2026.
2026, yes.
Okay.
And for next year, and, I'll let Director Page speak to that, but, so it was my assumption that it would be 2026 and 2027. Because we're going so late in the year, I don't know how that would affect into 2028 as well.
Okay. And then the other point I wanted to bring up was that this is a Renaissance Block Grant program, correct?
I believe, yes.
And in my 5 minutes of research this morning, it says that the Renaissance Block Program is a financial incentive-based program designed to address and reverse housing blight in Erie County. That's the first sentence of this. I checked with our code department. There are 7 active cases down in that neighborhood. So it's the code enforcement department's opinion that there really is not a blight issue in that neighborhood that's being referenced here. So I didn't know how this position fit in with blight.
Yeah, well, this was the program that was identified by PIN working with the Erie County Gaming Revenue Authority in order to seek this funding. I don't know for sure how that's, necessarily fits in. I just know that that was the funding that they were directed to apply for and, was spoken about. So I don't know, how it meets what ECRA has targeted for that program or not.
And I did connect Seth, who's currently running Presque Isle Neighborhood Network, with Shallon, and they sat down and talked. And I think their definition of blight is a little bit more loose than ours, so that they can use it for kind of just sprucing up the entire neighborhood and including individuals who may need help with kind of maintaining the front-facing portion of their property.
Okay. So this position would be a full-time township position
Correct.
with salary benefits,
Yes.
a non-unionized position. Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. So is the ask just to approve the letter of support, or is it also committing the hiring of the employee with the $100,000?
At this point, it is just approving the letter of support,
Okay.
correct? I mean, that's the way that I read this. Yes, that's all we're asking at this point.
Okay.
I guess I might have a different opinion, because as I read the letter, it
Yes.
says, I'm pleased to formally confirm the township's commitment to provide $100,000 cash match. So I mean, in my view, as you send this letter, you're committing to that match. So I think your vote would include not only approving the letter, but approving a commitment to the match. Otherwise, I mean, if you
mean-
just,
Technically, we already approved it because we approved the budget in 2026 anyway, right? So we've already approved the $50,000,
Yeah, we approve the allotment of it,
yeah.
but it doesn't mean we have to actually approve the actual expenditure. But I'll ask for a motion, however you want to go.
I'll make a motion to approve, and then I'll discuss. Go ahead, if someone wants to second.
And seconded.
And I will say the Renaissance Block Grant, this is a part of Erie County's Emerge 2040, Erie Refocused, and it's the Erie County Housing Plan. So this is, the Renaissance Block Grant was formed out of all of these other plans in order to, prevent disinvestment. There are different areas in the PIN footprint that have been disinvested in, and a lot of them are aging homes or aging persons in those homes who are not able to take care of their homes as they've gotten older. And what PIN is trying to do, and what I think this position is trying to do throughout the entire township, is to identify some of these disinvested properties, and some of the property owners that need help, and how can we as a community help them stay in their home and invest in their home. What can we do to help them find grant funding that might be able to, put on a roof or replace windows or things like that. So this is more of it's a broader, it's more broad than just PIN. This is supposed to be township-wide, and to prevent the continued disinvestment in our homes, which is something, unfortunately, that happened in the city of Erie, and that's why, a lot of their homes are considered blight. And I think what we're trying to do is reverse that possibility of blight taking hold in the township. So that's I think the maybe a better explanation of what the Renaissance Block Grant's supposed to do, I think.
Yeah, I completely understand that definition. I just feel our code enforcement department does a great job of addressing any issues that come up, including what you said about, helping people, directing them to other agencies to get support if they're elderly or disabled or any other needs they may have. And I just think this is, the PIN is very, on paper, it's very isolated to a particular geographical area, on a map at least. And it doesn't really reference, anybody in Kearsarge or Bell Valley or any other neighborhoods that might fall under the same needs.
And Matt, I think the position is supposed to, is yes, going to help pin and target some of that area. However, it is going to be also township-wide
Yes, working with.
when we created the position.
Working with community groups is one part of the work, not all of the work. Obviously, there would be other things that they would do for the township and township-wide.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's my understanding that PIN got the money for it, but the goal would be to get other locations around the township too that kind of have these community groups too that can apply for the same type of issues.
Okay. All right. I believe we had a motion
Yes.
which does carry the $100,000 cash match commitment.
Over 2 years.
Yes, over
Okay.
2-year period, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Oh, yes, seconded.
I'll call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote no. Next, we have some summer employee approvals. Director Marsteller.
May I go back to communications quickly? I just have a quick announcement.
Was this in our packet?
We discussed it at the agenda meeting. I'm not sure if it's to fall here or later, but I don't see it later. So it was discussed in our agenda setting meeting on
Okay.
Thursday. There's no vote, I just am making an announcement.
What is it? I'm lost
Okay,
without a
just-
document.
yeah,
What do we got?
The WQLN announcement, and that we're transitioning and installing cameras. But again, we've already voted on it, approved it, I just wanted
Okay.
general
Oh,
public
sure.
to know.
Okay, go ahead.
So again, approved at the Tuesday, April 14th meeting. Again, we did approve some in-house cameras with an attached Teams unit to be installed. So you might see some new wiring services occurring within the room here. But I just wanted to make a quick announcement. Residents are advised that upcoming changes to how the public meetings are recorded and shared may take effect in the end of May or beginning of June. Following a recent evaluation process, the township's IT, in coordination with CRS, Planning and Development, and MTGA, have reviewed options for continuing contracted recording services with WQLN versus transitioning to an in-house solution for the assembly room. This review is prompted in part by a proposed price increase for current contracted services effective May 1st. So this was a time-sensitive decision, and after considering input from all the departments, the township again recommended back in April the approved investment of a permanent in-house camera system at the previous meeting. Again, this is going to be a cost savings of $8,500 for the remainder of 2026, and I just wanted to announce that while we still want to record all of our meetings and have everyone view them after the fact, you may see some differences in how they're recorded. So that's all.
Okay. Thank you for that. And I skipped treasurer communications earlier.
I don't have
You
anything
didn't
else to
seem to
add.
object.
I did not object.
Now we'll go on to the summer requests, hiring requests from Parks and Recreation.
Thank you. Good morning. The Parks and Recreation Department is requesting the approval of some part-time summer employees. The employees will carry out the programming in their respective areas throughout the summer season. There's about 10 of them before you, and their wages are accounted for within the Parks and Recreation budget and are in line with their approved wage scale. So it would be my recommendation to approve the listed employees in their respective positions at their respective rates.
See some familiar names there, possibly returning.
Retention is lovely, yes,
You
yeah.
go.
So we have a couple, and then there's also, the majority of this list is new, so
Okay.
that's also nice as well. Mhm.
Excellent. Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Okay, call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have several training requests. First from the fire department. Chief Cliff?
Thank you, Chairman. Would you like me to do them separately or all together?
There's a lot of them. You can
Put them all together?
go through them.
Okay. The first one is for Alex Purchase to attend his Firefighter 1 course on June 5th and 6th. This will be conducted locally at the Perry Highway Hose Company. The testing is being sponsored through Butler County Community College. The cost for that Firefighter 1 testing is $160. The next one is for full-time firefighter Joe Alberzinski to attend his water rescue emergency response instructor course. That's being held June 2nd through June 4th. The course will be conducted in person at Butler Community College. Total cost for the course is $1,074.70. The breakdown of the course of $450, hotel room at $262, per diems at $222, and mileage reimbursement of $140.70. The next one is for full-time Captain Jerry Hicken, Captain Matthew Flack, and full-time firefighter Nick Ayers to attend the Incident Safety Officer course July 17th through 19th at the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. The lodging and the courses are being offered at no charge as part of the PA State Weekend, and it's sponsored through the National Fire Academy. The only cost associated with this would be for their per diems of, in total, $354 for all three to attend. They will be taking a department vehicle for transportation. The next request is for Jim Batanian, Cody Hamill, and Bill Townsend to attend the Mechanic Preventative Maintenance Training for Pierce Fire Engines being held May 31st through June 5th. This course is conducted in person by Glick at the Hampton Inn Mill Hall. Total cost breakdown is the course is $600 per person. Hotels are $927.27. Per diems of $265, and they will be taking a Public Works Department vehicle for transportation. The total cost for the three mechanics to attend this training is $5,376.81. And the last one I have is for full-time firefighter Jeremy Kuhn, full-time firefighter Ryan Geist, full-time firefighter Ian Jazowicz, and part-time firefighter Dakota Catro to attend the 1,020-hour paramedic course being held August 12th of 26 through July 21st of 2027. This will be held at the Auburn Career Center in Concord, Ohio. Courses will be held on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The total cost per student is $8,795. It is expected that the cost of this course will be covered in full by the Erie County Emergency Medical Services Scholarship through Erie County. They will be using a fire department vehicle for transportation.
Chief, I have a question about that last training. So how does that work with their respective schedules? In other words,
So these firefighters,
this is an 8-hour day or 7-hour day, or how does that
Correct.
work with their 24-hour schedule?
so part of their hiring commitment, while they're scheduled to work on shift, they're allowed to leave work and go to the class and attend back. They work 24-hour shifts, so they would be gone for a period of their shift.
Okay.
On their non-scheduled work days, it's unpaid. So they would be attending class on their non-scheduled work days at their own expense.
Okay, so when they're attending during their 24-hour shift and they're at the training class, are there other firefighters here on overtime?
Correct. We would do,
Covering their time?
correct, yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Okay. Is there a motion to approve these 5 training requests?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. CRS has 2 training?
Yes, thank you. The first is for the high-performance disc assessment and workshop training. The original 43 participants were approved back on February 10th, but we've had 3 new hires since then. So I just wanted to add the 3 additional participants to the assessment and training at a cost of $155 per participant for a total of $465, and each department will take the cost of this workshop out of their training line item respectively.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this training?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Okay, and
Go
the
ahead.
next one is moving forward with our quarterly training with the Manufacturers and Business Association. The next training that we identified was onboarding for retention. Effective onboarding is a critical driver of employee retention and long-term success. Modern onboarding goes beyond a first-day orientation. It is a structured, ongoing process that helps new hires quickly adapt, build skills, and feel a sense of belonging within the organization. Research shows that strong onboarding improves engagement, accelerates productivity, and reduces costly turnover by ensuring employees feel confident they made the right choice. To support this, a proposed training session titled Onboarding for Retention, instructed by MBA, would provide leadership and supervisors with practical tools to strengthen onboarding practices for new hires and internal promotions. It's going to cover topics like common hiring pitfalls, proven strategies, onboarding advantages, essential checklists, and metrics to measure success. It is my recommendation to approve the 2-hour onboarding training session in Q2 at the price of $1,250 for the total class. We would expect approximately 25 participants, including supervisors, directors, bureau chiefs, and foremen to attend. The date is to be determined. And the approximate breakdown cost is right now about $50 per participant coming from each department's training line.
I have a question. I didn't see the township HR department included in this. Are they?
They're included as well, yes.
They are included, okay. Because it would seem to me that they're probably the most important component of this.
Yes, we discussed it in team, and they're always invited to the MBA trainings and have attended in the past.
Okay, and then how are the foremen and bureau chiefs selected? Is this going to be a voluntary thing, or is each director going to recommend somebody from their department, or how's that going to work?
Typically, each director recommends whether they're sending bureau chiefs, foremen, and the like.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments on this? Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
I vote yes. Planning and Development has a request.
Thank you. Yes, I am seeking permission for 3 people to attend the 2026 PA Downtown Center Conference to be held here in Erie at the Bayfront Convention Center from June 28th through July 1st. The 3 employees are Grant Administrator Jessica Haran, Supervisor Kylie Morris, and myself. The PA Downtown Center administers several grant programs, including Walkworks, Main Street, and Elm Street, which fund revitalization projects for which the township is eligible. The conference will be here in Erie, so no travel costs will be incurred. Early bird registration is $350 per person, with a discount for member organizations sending 3 or more attendees. So I would recommend approving attendance for a total registration fee of $1,050 to be taken out of the respective departments' training budgets.
I will make a motion to approve.
And I will second.
Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
Vote yes. Moving on, executive sessions were held on May 1st and May 7th. Litigation matters related to code enforcement and state court litigation, public safety matters related to emergency management, police department, and fire department, and real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities. We also discussed personnel matters related to the police department. Again, public safety matters related to emergency management, fire, and police. Litigation matters related to state court litigation, and real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities. Solicitor communications, anything further?
Nothing further, thank you.
Okay, number 20 on our agenda is citizens to be heard. Any citizens wish to be heard? Could come up to the podium, please just state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Julie Hurt. I would like to address some things around the last meeting regarding Flock. The majority of the meeting appeared to be taken up by an advertisement by the Flock representatives that was not listed on the agenda. I find that a little out of the norm. The Mill Creek Mall, Lowe's, and Home Depot are all community assets for the County of Erie. The fact that you strangled dissent from anybody that was not in Mill Creek is disturbing to me. What is most disturbing is Mr. Bach's behavior after the meeting was adjourned and the microphone was turned off. There was a young man who apparently was not from Mill Creek at this podium, and you chased him out of the building with enough force that the fire chief and the police chief followed you out to make sure you're okay. Miss Clear followed you out to check and see if you were okay. And apparently all he had done was swear. I would hope that the chairman of the Mill Creek Supervisors would have better control of his behavior than to chase a young man out of the building for swearing. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Mr. Chairman, may I?
Is it,
It's relevant, I believe. I just
Go
wanted to
ahead.
make one clarification after the last meeting and then this meeting. Mill Creek Mall obviously is in Mill Creek Township, and the Lowe's on West Ridge Road is also located in Mill Creek Township. On Upper Peach Street, the Lowe's and the Home Depot are located in Summit Township. I just wanted to make that clarification for the general public.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello.
I'll start my clock. My name's Candy Horm. I'm a resident of Mill Creek Township. Ms. Hurt did ask one of the questions I had. Why was this flock camera presentation not on your agenda? It was in the news for several days. I was looking all over when I was at the meeting, and I did not see it on the agenda.
I believe it was under general communications, which is on our agenda. Just for an example, today, under general communications was that grant that I voted no for, and that was, it's on the agenda under general communications. It's not specifically listed as a subheading under general communications, but so it was under general communications. It wasn't a separate line item up top.
Okay, can you tell me how many cameras are at the mall?
I don't have the number in front of me.
It is 5.
Okay, at the last meeting, you said it was 2. I think Mr. Shaw also said it was 2. You voted for this in December.
She just said there's 5, so
But she was not here in December. You were. You voted on it, both of you, okay?
okay, whether there was 1 or 10,
How could you not know
that
what
was
you
our vote.
voted on? That's what I want to know. And then also, Chief Mook had said that the database is erased after 30 days. Well, a lady that comes to these meetings, Ann Silverthorne, did a deep dive, which I wish you guys would have done before you approved anything. And she found out that there are a lot of databases accessed by our police department and other departments that access our database, okay? So if you share your database with somebody from Florida, if you say you erase yours after 30 days, they may not erase theirs. So your information is elsewhere. To me, that's a privacy issue. Also, you should know as a law enforcement person that if you have a court case, it's not going to go to court within 30 days. Where's that database going? Are you downloading it on another database and saving it? Because you could be 2 or 3 months before you go to court. I also want to know, does our assistant fire chief have a township vehicle?
Yes.
And that is funded by the taxpayers.
The vehicle itself was purchased with township funds, yes.
Okay. Why do not our volunteer chiefs and assistant chiefs have a vehicle? They live in the township. They are responding to fires, whether they're at work, at home. Is there a reason they don't have a vehicle?
To my knowledge, that's up to each individual volunteer department, and I know some do have, I believe their chiefs have vehicles.
Do they get money from the fire tax, the volunteers?
No.
Okay, so all this training that Chief Cliff has asked for looks like it's for paid firefighters. What do our volunteers get? Do you not see a conflict there? Because our volunteers have been serving this township for ages, saving homes, saving lives. Is there any process where you're going to maybe give them the ability to go to water rescue, which they do on their own, or EMT or paramedic funded by the township? I mean, you're funding people that are paid, and you're leaving the volunteers out in the cold.
Well, in the past, each volunteer department got LST money, which they could use for whatever they wanted to.
How much was that?
I think it was 160,000 per department or so.
Per department?
Yeah.
So their funding then is for their own vehicles, et cetera? When they do their fundraising
But the funds
Yeah.
they fundraise
for the
for,
volunteers?
well, they can use it however they see fit,
Okay,
whatever they want to spend it on.
Ma'am, they get funding both from the state that comes through the township for their fire relief funds. Those funds can be used for vehicles. In addition, up until, I think, 2 years ago, the township gave them unfettered funds from LST, each $160,000 a year. Then when we entered into the various agreements with the fire departments, they get funded to the extent they submit a budget seeking funds. And I think to date, I don't believe any of them have.
okay. That's all I
Okay,
have.
thank you, Candy. Anyone else wish to speak?
Hi, excuse me. Caleb Retchen, City of Erie. There's a few things that need to be...
Caleb, why do you think today is any different than 2 weeks ago? I'm just
I
curious.
am a taxpayer.
You're not a
I am a
taxpayer in the
taxpayer.
Mill Creek. We've been through this.
We have not.
Yes, we have.
I am a
You are
taxpayer.
not permitted to speak at this point in the meeting.
I am a taxpayer.
You're not a taxpayer in Mill Creek.
I am a taxpayer.
Not in Mill Creek.
I am a taxpayer.
We're done here. Next. Dennis, you want to come up and speak? We can,
So
we can
you're
remove you,
admitting that you're
Caleb.
violating the Sunshine Act.
No, we're following it. Next.
You a Mill Creek Township taxpayer?
I'm a taxpayer.
Are you a Mill Creek Township taxpayer?
I'm a taxpayer.
Answer the question, yes or no.
I have answered the question.
No, you haven't.
I have. I said that I'm a taxpayer.
Excuse me, let me finish. I asked if you are a Mill Creek Township taxpayer.
And I said I'm a taxpayer.
That doesn't answer the question.
That does answer the question.
What tax do you pay in Mill Creek Township?
I'm a taxpayer. I told you
Caleb,
already.
Dennis is waiting to speak.
I'm waiting to speak.
You can sit down. Dennis is up. We're not going
I
to
could do
continue the
that,
meeting
except
until
I
you
would
sit
like
down.
to speak. Are you going to allow me to speak?
You can speak to us after the meeting.
I can speak to you publicly here.
No.
That's part of the law.
Dennis, you're up.
I'm a taxpayer. I should be able to speak.
Could, would, should have. I'd like to be skinny. Thanks. My name's Dennis McAndrew. I'll just speak over him or stand beside him. He's so cute, isn't he?
Do not touch me.
Yeah, thanks. In the past, I've complained and criticized and concerned about e-bikes. And I wanted to say thanks for the, in Mill Creek Magazine, there's a thing about riding smart and e-bikes in Mill Creek. I wanted to let you know that I appreciated the acknowledgement and hard work for that. And also with the rising gas prices, I've already seen a lot more people out on e-bikes and in my area and neighborhood traversing. So hopefully these people will be aware of them being vehicles and not toys and being safe. And I hope the chief and the police, you know, if they do see people maybe doing the wrong thing, kind of give them a warning, a little learning curve, but encourage them to be safe. I imagine they will. And I also wanted to say at the Mill Creek Community Center, you know, people are saying they're not informed. There is information out there. You just have to look for it or pay attention. And I'm glad to see that it was put in and, you know, acknowledge the hard work of everyone that, so I may criticize, but I also want to say when things are acknowledged or done, also praise. So thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Dennis. Any other citizens to be heard? Okay.
I just would like to add, Mr. Chairman, that was definitely a shout out to Director Stutzman and Director Esper, so great job.
Always getting shout outs,
I know.
which is
And
good.
to Chief Mook for the e-bikes, looking out for, you know, finding bad e-bikers. Everyone gets a shout out.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Okay, call for a vote. Supervisor Clear?
Yes.
Supervisor Morris?
Yes.
Vote yes.